So I went to Wales and I've picked up this pit bike, much to the disgust of my fellow comrades. It is what we believe an M2R frame based on the CRF 70 by Honda. So it's a Chinese copy basically of this frame. And the engine is 152 FMH, which is a 110cc manual clutch with 4 gears. The engine was part of a different pit bike, according to the seller, which they broke the frame on. So he transplanted it onto this frame. He didn't even put it on the frame, to be honest. It just came with the frame. So we got to do that. But the engine had no spark plug, and the intake and the exhaust manifolds were not sealed with anything, and it's stored in a shed, I assume. So as you'll see, it didn't turn out quite as fresh as we thought it would. So we've got some work to do. So we'll tackle the engine first, and then we'll move on to the frame. Meeting up with Vinny and Max is going to be our biggest challenge to start with, because of our different jobs. And me and Vinny work in a factory, so we do night shifts and day shifts, and most of the time we have time off is weekdays, whereas Max will be working weekdays. So to start with, at least, it'll be quite rare to see all 3 of us on camera at the same time in the same location. So what we're planning on doing is meeting up when we can, and when we can't, we will separate jobs out to each of us and film it separately. So we will try and make an acceptable video for you. None of us know what we're doing, and I'm sure it's going to go perfectly to plan.
Welcome to our first ever video of the pit bike rebuild. There's not much left of this pit bike, but we're going to try and rebuild it to the best of our ability. So strap yourselves in and get prepared for absolute shenanigans. We are 3 amateurs trying to rebuild this bike, and most of the time we got no idea what we're doing. I hope you enjoy, and so without any further ado, let's jump right into getting this engine stripped down.
What are you then? That's confusing me. We'll have to see. Because it goes through there, and it comes out in this, which I thought again was broken. That's part of the engine.
Yeah.
So that's where air goes in. But there's also the... Oh no, I'm wrong, it's fine. The oil channel goes through here. And then yes, it can feed the camshaft. I keep freaking out with bits I find, and then it turns out to be okay. You got the cam chain, which again looks perfect. In there you can see the tensioner.
Sweet.
So just again undo this little bolt, and that's the only one holding this in. You can see the piston's so resistant to move, it's rather turning the engine over than coming out.
Right, okay.
But so that's the bottom of the cylinder wall.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And it's coming out.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, lovely. Look at the state of that. Whoosh.
So the next plan is to try undo this bolt.
Okay.
Whilst we secure the piston, so the engine doesn't turn over.
Right. Okay.
Is it pulling you in?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hurting?
Yep.
Oh. Hold on. Oh, we got a chunk.
That did not go well. You have to ask, what on earth were we thinking? And actually, it's quite clear that Vinny was thinking that as well. This is where we gave it some love. That's getting replaced. After a while, it became pretty clear that doing this on a glass table wasn't the most sensible idea, so we did take things down to the floor to try and get the bolt off. While we managed to get the bolt off, nothing could have prepared us for how difficult it was to get that flywheel to go anywhere. We've tried like making our own custom tools and trying everything we possibly can to get it off. It's just not working. So for now we're going to move on. Alright, so the boxes have got to say racing on them.
Yeah.
Alright,
Racing supplies.
Alright, let's do a cool montage. Here we go.
Oh,
Something like that.
yeah.
Alright then.
Next one. I'll slam that down.
Alright, next. Beautiful. After receiving some help from the dog, it was time to clean up some of the parts.
Damn.
Ah, wow.
I can see metal.
You can actually see stuff in there now.
I can see metal.
That's good.
Look at that. That's almost like acceptable. A little bit more.
Almost acceptable.
A little bit more work. And I think we're golden.
That's good.
No, I'm not smart enough. I am smart enough. I put down.
You did it.
That's the exhaust one.
Okay.
There's the exhaust there.
Ah, right, okay.
So the exhaust is smaller than the two.
After cleaning up those parts, we turned our attention to the piston, which we know we broke previously, but it's somehow cleaned up really nicely. Here we're just trying to clean off some of the carbon deposits that have been left on the wall of the cylinder sort of housing. Unfortunately, this wasn't very successful. We're now on to day 2 of this build, and we've got some new parts to show you. First up, we've got a new stator which sits inside the magneto wheel, followed by the new gear shift lever. The clutch cover Harry bought is too big, so unfortunately that one is going in the bin. We've got a new piston and piston housing, including the piston rings of course, and then we've got a new inlet manifold as well. Harry's just working on cleaning the camshaft and the underside of the valves at the moment, so he's just spraying oil into the system to then sort of flush it out in a way.
Oh, I discovered something, Max. I reckon he's got a little hole in the case.
Oh.
Not that it looks like it leads to anywhere.
Right.
There. Oh no, that's just where this stuff's gone. It's fine. So what he's done is, this has got a weird cutout again, which I thought, just like the other side of the case, I thought it was broken. The weirdest texture.
Harry's just cleaning up some parts ready to install some gaskets. Of course, we lost some parts for a while, and then realised that they were in the box they came in. Typical. Just about to put the new piston in. Fingers crossed this one is more sturdy than a hammer.
We don't need to ever put a hammer in this one.
Harry's just fitting the piston rings and also strengthening our knowledge with YouTube videos, of course. Now, if you've ever tried to refit a piston before, you'll understand that the hardest part is actually getting the clip in to hold it. So Harry took quite a number of attempts, but he did it in the end. Missed it! I missed it! He's got the clip in.
He's got it in. He's only gone and done it.
Harry's now going to put everything back together on this engine. So it's going to speed things up, and we'll see you when it's done.
Thank you so much for watching this one. We're only just getting started, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.